Alright there, hello folks, pproteus here, back for another Chaos Draft. Exciting things are happening. This time we're in the world where we get lots of different packs, no particular theme. And as such, I don't particularly have strong feelings of what to force, kind of just find the open colors, maybe get some good gold cards. This pack we're opening, well, this rare is pretty good. 6 mana 6/6 trample that's just a good card. And then it draws a card when it dies. It draws a broken 4 mana 6/6 when it dies. So that sounds like a thing to want to be doing. Green, maybe not my favorite color, but you know, we'll be fine. I think I do prefer in this format playing allied colors, and that's kind of just because there are all these Alara packs where you get to see things that are colors that are next to each other kind of happen, and colors that are enemy colors, there's just not as many gold cards to go around. So here we got a confusing build around rare. Yeah, that's complicated. So it's 5 mana, and if you do it right, that's a lot of card advantage. I'm unsure about that because I did not play basically any of this draft format. Alternatively, you could take this gold uncommon. Seems like a decent thing to be doing, assuming you want to be in black green, which I'm not sure I do. Or I could take this common. This is just a solid common split card of 4 mana 6/6, 8 mana 7/7. It seems safe, but man, that's a good card. It's got recursion. Recursion is like really important for blue decks, but Honored Hydra seems more broken than Mirari Conjecture, so I'm gonna take the green card. Could totally be wrong about that one. Okay. Next, going to Zendikar, we've got a rare here. 5 mana enchanted creature is an 8/8 with trample. That's a lot of stats. I'm strongly considering that. Other options: Brazen Galeard's playable. That card's not playable. It's cancel. Cancel is a fine card in this format. That's acceptable. Windborne Charge is probably the next best. It's very aggressive, but it's good at pushing a bunch of damage quickly. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take the rare. I feel it kind of sends good signals to not pass green rares, and it's a lot of damage. So this kind of pushes us to be aggressive. Like, we want to have small things on the board, or maybe small-ish evasive things, and then just surprise that 2/2 flyer is now an 8/8 trample flyer, and you get them. And given that we're green, we're just going to have a lot of large things. And sure, maybe they remove the first giant trampler, but can they remove the second one? Okay, what do we got here? Instant, put X +1/+1 counters on an artifact. I think that's pretty medium. Okay. There's a vehicle. Vehicles are decent. It's something we can do. There's like Trophy Mage. There's Dawn Feather Eagle. It's probably the next best card, but let's stay open. Let's just take the colorless card. Maybe regretting passing the Dawn Feather later, but it's fine. What is this? We got another rare here. Equipped creature gets +0 for each blood counter on the right knife and has tap sacrifice creature. Get another counter. To sacrifice the equipment, target player sacrifice a permanent for each counter. So for each creature you sacrifice. Yeah, that doesn't really fit with the theme of giant green things, does it? What are the options here? I'll just take the green card. None of these really fit particularly great. Like, this card's fine. This card's fine. But taking the green card sounds good. Craft's good. It lets us do fancy things. You know, we can move the counter onto a trampler, into Gigantiform, make this a 10/10. It's all fine. Mirrodin. What do we got? Well, Darksteel. Mirrodin block. What do we got? 6 mana, 3/5. That's a lot of mana for a 3/5. I'm not really into that. I'm going to take a Drooling Ogre. This card has a pretty big downside, but it's also 2 mana, 3/3. And if you have more artifacts in your deck than your opponent, that downside isn't all that big at all. So I'm going to take it. I'm expecting it to be mostly okay. Alright, got yet another rare. Lots of rares not being taken. This rare is bad. This card is not great. I'm thinking about one of these two guys. 1 mana trick versus 2 mana trick. It's also an okay blue card. This isn't a great removal spell because first of all, like it's not claustrophobia. It doesn't tap the thing, so they have to be like attacking. And if we've got giant green things, that's going to be difficult. I'm going to take Sheltering Word. Gives a creature hexproof. I gain life. That seems to be the most synergistic with our theme of giant green things. Okay, what else we got here? Now we're in Theros. This card's pretty good. 2 mana +2/+2 untap thing. Don't know how many tricks I want. Definitely possible to get over tricked. Alternative is this card. This card was like solid common, and this wheeling tells me that white might be open. So I'm going to take this over Savage Surge. Savage Surge is like I'd be happy to put that in my deck. Better than Sheltering Word, but I'd also be fine cutting it if it came to that. So I don't mind too much either way. I'm going for the maybe we found the open color. Yeah, we got a red card. That's an aggressive red card that doesn't really fit with this theme. I guess that fits with Drooling Ogre, but it doesn't fit with giant green things. Could take Bloodlust Insider, give the giant green things haste. I'm gonna just take a trick. Okay, anything here wheeled? There's another giant thing. It's an artifact. Goes well with Drooling Ogre. You take Radiating Lightning. Kill all the opponents 1/1 so they can't chump my giant green things, although these guys have trample. Or could just like take this. It's an artifact for Drooling Ogre. I don't think I want to take the red card. Guy's Blessing's not great. Divination, I don't want to take blue cards. Okay, Zendikar. This card is basically unplayable. 4 mana, and the goal is to draw the top 3 cards if they're all creatures, but 2/3 of your deck is not going to be creatures. I'll take the Puma. Artifacts are, they're playable at worst. Here, okay, well now we got 3 artifacts. Now I will take this card. Probably not playing it. Not taking the red cards. The red cards are better than this, but I'm definitely not committed to red. Just have 1 card. White cards are wheeling, but these are kind of all bad. Yeah, there's no way I'm playing any of these cards. Vex, counter target spells control when I draw a card. Target land becomes an artifact. Sure, I'll take the artifact. And we got Sorin, Vengeful Bloodlord. What does this do? 4 mana, 4 loyalty, +2, poke your opponent, and gain a life. -X, return a creature from your graveyard. Okay. Seems good, but not worth trying to tear apart this green deck to play. As for things that fit in a green deck, this card's good. +1/+1 counter and punch for 2 mana. That's really good. Or I could just take this guy, which is 5 mana 6/5 with the opposite of Menace, and it gives you other things opposite of Menace. It's also a Pollen Bright Druid. This card's good. Okay, so I'm going to take the Challenge Troll. There's also this Nurturer. That's good too. Wanderer Strike, very splashable, or not splashable, good white card. Alright, I'm going to start sorting by curve here. I'm pretty confident we're playing green. Not sure what to do about the other cards though. stick a Lightcraft Awakening over there. Just want to kind of see where we're at with respect to 2s and 3s and 4s. That's not really a... It's not a real 3. Crusher's not a real 4 because it can't block the turn you play it. Okay, there's Slime Molding. A decent green card. Probably should just take the decent green card. It's a pretty safe thing to do. Alternatively, Annihilating Fire. 3 mana, deal 3 in red. But that requires us to be in red. And so if I know we're in red-green, I'm taking Annihilating Fire, but we're definitely not committed to that. So I'm just going to take a Slime Molding. And this is like a... This can be just a 4 mana 3/3. So I can just put it as a 4-drop. That'll be fine. Okay. Here, Nyx Herald. That's a 3-drop. We're missing 3-drops. It's a 3-drop that attacks as a 3/4 trampler. So yeah, let's do that. That sounds good. There's also this guy. 3 mana 3/3. Maybe this is better than the Nyx Herald. It's better at blocking. Do we have Gigantiform as an enchantment? We have Alseid. That's an enchantment, but I don't know if we're in white. If you're in Theros, obviously you take the Nyx Herald, but they seem pretty close when you're not in Theros. I'll take that and probably not regret it too much. Okay. No green cards I want. This card is not that great. Not excited about it. So we're taking red, then, you know, there's a Hill Giant. There's a Hellkite Hatchling. Flyer devours things. It's a land. Can take mana fixing. It's a white card. I think I want to take the white card. 4 mana 2/4 draw card. Sounds good. Got lots of green permanents. We don't have to play it. Oh, we're doing pretty good for playables. Assuming we can play all 4 of these, then we're doing pretty excellent. So I'm taking the Metadent because it's, I think, is the highest upside. Okay. What do we got now? An Auriok Champion. That's a powerful constructed card that I would be, if I know I'm white, I'd be very happy to have this. Because protection is powerful. It's got protection for 2 different colors. So I can just play it and block with it. And buy me time to play my 8/8s. Like that's a good thing to be doing. I'm just not sure I'm in white, so I don't think I'm going to take it. Other options, 6 mana 4/6 trample. That makes your other things trample. I don't want that. Ferocious Charge, I think, is a good green card. So I'm going to take that. It's not great, but it is Scry 2 is powerful, and this is Scry 2 that is very low in cost. So I like this card in general. We'll see whether or not that works out for us. Okay, what do we got here? Scrying Sheets. That doesn't really do anything unless we have snow lands. This also doesn't do anything unless we have snow lands. This card is not good. Icefall. Could take a Luminescence as a sideboard card. I'm just going to take this card. This is a mind control of sorts. I don't see us playing blue, but it might happen. Okay, here I got a choice. Take a Sylvark Replica and try to, you know, like there's another artifact for the Lifecraft Awakening, or could just take a Blight Mamba, kind of block regenerate. I'm not sure I like the Blight Mamba in this deck because our curve is pretty high. If you're mana hungry, you don't want things with 2 mana activations. I'll take the Sylvark Replica. It's not great, but I've seen a lot of things that can be destroyed that way in this format. Okay, what do we got? Deathless Ancient. Remember this card being really good in limited in its own format, but here we're not going to have 3 untapped vampires on the battlefield. So it's probably good still, because 4/4 flyers are good, but it's not great. I'm going to take Grazing Whiptail. Just a 4-mana 3/4 reach over this guy. The Diviner looks kind of good, but stats are a bit worse. Okay, I guess we... Never mind. Took the Diviner. Have a little difficulty with taking the card I want sometimes. Haven't quite figured it out. So here's Domri's Ambush. That card wheeled. But also Pollenbright Druid wheeled. And I'd be really, really happy with either of these cards, and I don't know what to take. Like, Domri's Ambush kind of means that Gruul's open. So I think I'm just going to take Domri's Ambush, and I hope I don't regret it. Basically, I'm saying I'm expecting to see more Gruul cards, because this went all around the table. Premium Gruul card, that means nobody else in the table is playing Gruul, and we're not locked into white. Okay, I don't want any of these cards. I'm going to take maybe Cobble Brute. Okay. There's a Mirror Shield, gives my things hexproof, which I suppose is nice, but not that great. Or there's Relentless Pursuit. Yeah, I'll take Relentless Pursuit. I'm probably not going to play that. Okay, so I'm gonna assume red. That's 2-drop. Take. This is just a really expensive Lava Axe / Lava Spike, so I'm gonna take Ignite Disorder. That's a sideboard card. Color height. Domri's Ambush is gonna be good. This is gonna be medium. I'm gonna take the red card, and I don't even know what this is. 5-mana 3/3. Sacrifices artifacts. Yeah, we're not playing that, even though we have artifacts. That's not enough of an upside for sacrificing an artifact and paying a mana to make up for how much I do not want to play a 5-mana 3/3. Okay, Puma. Yeah, I think I actually might play Lifecraft Awakening. Domri's Ambush, that's a good one. We don't have a lot of removal, or basically any. So I'll be looking for some removal here. What do we got? Ronin War Club. 3 mana plus 2/1. Equips for 5 or equips for free when I play a creature. I mean, that doesn't really fit with our deck very well. I don't need to make my creatures larger. They're already large. Spring Collar. Basically taps for mana. That sounds like a good thing to be doing. But I was talking about how we don't have much removal, so let's take some removal. Torn Stone. We're playing red now. Give me all the red cards. Upwelling, Fierce Empath. Ooh, Carbonize. That's Annihilating Fire, except easier to cast. Yeah, I think we're doing that. Just want to read some of these other cards. That's a good card. You know, it's a 6-drop, but it's also a mountain if you want a mountain. It's a good thing to be doing. That looks bad. That looks bad, although we have... No, it's just bad. Fierce Empath is actively good in this deck, because we can go get our Honored Hydra. And that's a card we want to be drawing. I'm going to take Carbonize. I'm going to assume that Fierce Empath is going to wheel, so I'll be looking out for something that I would like to get. Like, Charge with Cougar would be an awesome thing to have in the deck with Fierce Empath, because it means, like, if we don't have any red mana, then Fierce Empath can go get us our red mana. That would be sick. Okay, so there's Carbonize. What's next? We've got here... Vesuva, that's not great. Assembly Worker, that's an artifact. better than Stonework Prima. Conflagrate. It is an X spell, but the flashback, this isn't Modern Dredge. Flashback does not really do very much unless it's killing your opponent. And trying to cast an XX red spell, that can be really hard. So like, you can get X to be 2 for 5 mana and like deal 2 damage. That's not great. This card, it's an 8 mana 5/4. It's easier to cast, but that's a pretty big downside. I'm uncertain how good that is. I'm going to take the medium artifact because I guess we're committed to doing medium artifacts. We can cut some. We're at 22 cards. That'll be okay. Heat Ray, that's an actual good X spell. Doesn't cost XX, just 1X. If I want to deal 2 damage, it costs 3 mana. That's an acceptable cost. It's also Surreal Memoir. That's nice. I hope. I mean, it's got to be worse than Heat Ray. So I'm not going to take it. But we've got, 1, 2 removal spells, and then 3 pump spells, plus this. Probably going to catch some of those. There's a 3rd removal spell. I'll be really happy if that wheels, but this pack is looking kind of weak. So, I'm not expecting it to wheel, to be honest. Okay. What do we got here? 2 mana 2/2 attacks each combat if able. That doesn't really fit with the giant creatures plan. So I don't know about that one. Spawning Bed. That's a land. I like lands. It just taps for mana. 6 tap, make 3 1/1s. Or it could take Eyeless Watcher. Eyeless Watcher, as something to help me hit my 6-drop on turn 5, maybe. We're not really trying to get beyond 6 unless we're casting our X spells. So I'm leaning towards Spawning Bed. I'm not very sure at all about this one. Alright, what do we got here? We got a playable artifact. Like actually good card. It's removal. Did I want artifacts? Why was I taking artifacts? I don't want to put Lifecraft's removal. I want enchantments for Nyx Herald, but I don't think we're going to be doing that. Like, I'm not going to take a equestrian skill. So this might be on reason. That's a pretty good combat trick. Except, I don't really need that. I could take a Pyre Hound just as a body. I'm gonna take the Pyre Hound. We seem to have quite a few of these. Oh. We seem to have quite a few instants and sorceries. I'm sure we'll cut some of them, but we're not going to cut all of them. And if we trigger it once, 3/4 trample, I'm okay with that. Okay, what else we got? That doesn't sound great. That doesn't sound great. Wish we could play that. Let's just take a 4. Do we want to be doing this? I don't know. We're gonna have to make some cuts here. I would like another 2. Ooh. So here's a Gorger Worm. 5 mana 5/5. Feel like this might just be enough top end anyways. So I'm gonna take Mage Slayer. Mage Slayer is a way to deal a lot of face damage. In situations where otherwise that might be very difficult. I'm gonna take it. I'm not 100% about playing it in the main deck, but it is very powerful. It does end games quickly, assuming you can equip it. Plays nicely with combat tricks. Either, give +4/+4 and then basically give double strike, or you're just trying to get the attack trigger, so you attack and then they have to block because they want to use up your mana, but then you play your combat check and save your guy. Okay, I'll take the red card, but this is not something we're interested in. And Fierce Empath came back to us. think we're taking that. Upwelling doesn't sound good. Uncontrolled infestation does not sound good. This card sounds very difficult to use. Yeah, we're taking Empath. I'm happy about that one. And Flame Core came back. Subterranean Shambler also came back. Do we want to be doing this instead? They're both red 4-drops. Why did they make 2 red 4-drops in the same set at common with Echo? I'm gonna take Flame Core. Not sure. Oh, and Memoir Wield. What is this? Hello. Hello, my love. We're gonna be... Things are getting a little surreal. I'm gonna take the 2-drop in case we play a control deck. I don't think I want to be maining this, but maybe I should consider it. It is good with combat tricks, and we do have combat tricks. So we have some powerful cards. I'm very concerned about the curve because we've got a lot of weak cards. Like we kind of filled the 3-drop column, but we filled it with things that we don't actually want to be doing. We do have a lot of artifacts for Drooling Ogre, but well, we're definitely playing the Drooling Ogre. But I'm not sure how many artifacts are going to stay in the deck. Because, like, these are not real 3-drops. They're not exciting me. But maybe you don't need that many. Okay. So, what do we got here? That card's good. I think, I'm definitely playing Flame Core, I think. Definitely playing Pyrohound. Not sure about that guy. Definitely playing all 4 of these. So, I do want to play Fierce Empath, which means I have to play Partic Wanderer. Because I want a second target. And then this card is just good. This is hopefully good. Like I'm a little afraid of like instant speed interaction, but I think that's probably going to be rare enough we shouldn't worry about it. Slime molding, definitely want to be doing that. Okay, so I'm just going to play 17 lands. I am going to play Spawning Bed. And that leaves us with 7 cuts. Okay, so that's getting cut. I'm going to cut one of these cards. Not sure, like maybe 2 of them. Like maybe I cut the Replica and the Puma. Not sure about that. I don't like how empty this is, but it doesn't get better by playing cards that just aren't good defensively. So I'm not sure about that one either. Iron-Tread Crusher is awkward because we play it on 4, but then because we didn't play a good 3-drop, we can't crew it right away. That's the thing we want to be doing. So maybe Crusher's out. Just something that blocks immediately. Why are we putting that in the main when we could have a Cobble Root instead? Get an extra toughness. Gosh. I'm too old school for this. Okay. Yeah, Flame Core sounds good. I'm going to cut Relentless Pursuit. No, maybe we do want Relentless Pursuit because we're not doing things on 3. So there's something to do on turn 3. Okay, and then removal. So we're definitely... Okay, I gotta think about this. So we're definitely playing Dahmer's Ambush. That card's great. And then I'm gonna put in like the best instance. And that's plenty for Memoir. So there's the Memoir. There's the Mage Slayer. Cut some of these. So can we just cut these 3 cards and call it a day? And I was thinking about Lightcraft Awakening for like the whole draft. But maybe we don't want to be doing that. We're cutting most of the artifacts. The way around this, like maybe we should just cut a Cobble Root for. Well, yeah, no, we're not playing this. 3 artifacts enough for Drooling Ogre. Yeah, okay. So, not in love with how this turned out. Definitely some decisions that we could have made differently if we'd known kind of the direction it would look like at the end. I know there was a pick with this diviner where I was trying to take a 4-drop over this and took this by accident, but I'm glad I have the 2-drop. There was that pick with the Pollen Bright Druid, and I definitely wish I had the Pollen Bright Druid, but no, that's just not right. And then there was the Challenger Troll I took over it before, but I'd rather have, I think, like Challenger Troll is just too good, and there's no way I'm not taking Domri's Ambush. This hand is definitely not good, but it's playable, I guess. Okay, we're playing against Reef Shaman, Paradise Mantle, all the fixing. Okay. Sure. It would be nice if we can hit our lands so that we can Pyrohound and then Relentless Pursuit for the counter. Of course, if opponent plays something that needs to be Heat Raid, we will Heat Raid. But Reef Shaman has 2 toughness. So if they want to equip the Paradise Mantle, not much we can do about that. What is going on? Plague Stinger. Okay. Plague Stinger is... that is scary. I have, I'm used to playing against Infect dudes and Constructed. Every time I see one, I'm like, oh god, I'm about to get double ground salt and die. Realistically, that's not going to happen here, but I'm going to very probably Heat Ray. Does it matter? Like, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure it matters. Because they only have 2 cards left after they played this Reef Shaman and Paradise Mantle. But if we're going to Heat Ray anyways, but the thing is they're not going to have any other Infect creatures. So as long as they don't play a bunch of pump spells, and because they're not green, I think they're not going to. So I'm going to take this, and I hope I don't regret it. But I'm hoping we can delay and then Heat Ray it with a Pyrohound on the battlefield. Pacification Rate, very good card. Gonna tap my stuff, but I can play multiple Tramplers. And what are they gonna do? Wow, they got some fixing here. They got Treasure Horn Sinks. They also got just a shock land. And now we are using Reef Shaman to pay for Volcanic Submersion. Okay. Okay, again, I got the choice. I could Heat Raid the Plague Stinger. Could Relentless Pursuit. I think I'm just gonna Mage Slayer. Yeah, if they destroy my mountain, I'm gonna be really annoyed. But I think I just want to stick with the plan. Plan is play Pyrohound. Opponent with 1 card in hand. Unless that 1 card is some giant aura, I'm not actually being threatened by the Plague Stinger. Opponent has a 3/2. Okay, fine. I'm gonna play the Pyrohound here. Drawing another removal spell is very nice. I will see if they pacify me. Alright, pacifying is happening. really not very afraid of the Naga Eternal, so not gonna block it because I'm at 20. That Plague Stinger were a Welkin turn, that'd be at 14. Then it'd be a different story. So yeah, maybe their plan is just not working out so well overall. They haven't used their cards very effectively. Like, neither of these cards really did anything. They helped them cast things on time, but they're never going to trade for a card from me. So given that I've now just not close, I have won the card advantage battle. Maybe I should start thinking about killing that Plague Stinger. I'm gonna start with Relentless Pursuit. Get a land, and yeah, I guess I'm gonna Heat Ray it. Because Heat Ray is only as good as the best thing we can kill with it. I don't have anything better to kill with it, so why not? Opponent is playing multiple artifacts. Maybe this Drooling Ogre gets sided out. Not sure. I'm gonna take Cobble Brute because I don't have an artifact, so I can't afford for the Drooling Ogre to be stolen. That's not how I expect the interface to work. Okay, we drew that. And do I want to attack? I think I'm going to attack with the next Herald. The only thing I'm not afraid of dying to Naga Eternal. It's just way too much effort. They're gonna die to my next Herald before I die to their Naga Eternal. And they're flooding out. Nothing interesting's happening. Naga Eternal doesn't attack. They play mana number 7. We're looking all right here. Carbonize, by the way, can hit face. That's very exciting. Shoot an artifact. Wish I'd kept that Drooling Ogre. Could equip Mage Slayer. Cost 3 to equip. Don't really want to do that. Fierce Empath, draw a card. I think I'm just gonna Cobble Brute. Get in my damage. I don't want to die like a brute force on their Plague Stinger, but we're still a little far off of that. And if I can present lethal or close to lethal, I mean, this will be lethal if I can get it off, but Pacification Array means that's not going to happen. Do I just Heat Ray here? I think I'm just going to Heat Ray the Plague Stinger. Do I play around Pump Spell or like a Miscalc? Pump Spell will seem more likely. This is just the only way I see losing this game. It's gonna be very difficult to lose a game in which I don't get infected for the last 5 points. This Naga Eternal that's just gonna take way too long to do anything. I'll play Goblin Assault. Beginning of the upkeep, make a 1/1 with haste that attacks each combat if able. That's not very good. I mean, that has the potential to be good, but it's not going to be good against me because I'm going to block their 1/1s, and they use Pacification Array to set up something better than me blocking. Then they're going to die because they're at 9 and I have Tramplers. Nice, we hit a land. What do I want to do? I could... I'm definitely playing the land. So imagine I like Gigantiform Nyx Herald. Then they have to, with the Pacification Array, tap down the Nyx Herald. That doesn't That's not good enough. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to attack and see what happens. Play Cobble Brute afterwards. Don't want to show my opponent more cards. Just play my things. They're going to die unless they have something better than Goblin Assault. What is it? 6. I can be patient. If my life total is under threat, I might do something a little riskier than that. Try to make sure I can kill them in 2 turns. But just because I'm so far ahead, I'm going to attack, so I'm pressing my advantage. But beyond that, it doesn't matter. Goal is to not lose. If I let this game carry out to its natural conclusion, I will just attack them with the tramplers until it's over. So there's really not much of a rush. Sure, you did it. You killed my 3-drop. Goblin gets eaten by the Cobble Root. Okay. Do Flame Core, which we cannot cast. Okay. Do I stick Mage Slayer on Cobble Root? So opponent's going to tap down Pyre Hound. I could put Gigantiform on Cobble Brute, and then they have to pacify the Cobble Brute, and then Pyre Hound's going to get him. I'll put Mage Slayer on Cobble Brute. This seems fairly safe because I have this Carbonize. I'm not going to die. So, oh, that is way too early. I haven't not played a land yet. They don't know I'm not going to play a land and just move the Mage Slayer. Assuming my opponent doesn't double trump here, which they do not. They are dead to Carbonize. They're also dead to me getting any attack with Mage Slayer. And I will try not to show them the Carbonize, and they don't make me. And they also revealed their hand for some reason, which includes a forest. Why they're playing a forest? I don't know, but they clearly have something worth splashing because they're playing those things. Maybe we will find out. Alright, how did I like my sideboard plan? I'm going to bring in Cellblock Replica because I saw Pacification Ray, which is a really good target. They did not have a lot of removal, so Sheltering Ward doesn't seem that great. Shed Weakness could be good. Probably not excellent. They cut Cobble Brute. They seem to have reasonable, kind of timely curve plays that make Cobble Brute not great. It's already not great. I know they played a bunch of artifacts, but Drew Landlord seems okay because I think I have more artifacts than they do. Yeah, we're not keeping that. Mulligans, we are not keeping this either. I'm going to keep 6. I will keep 5. Oh, this is a pretty good 5. I would like to keep they're gonna ditch the X spells because I don't have a lot of anything. I don't have a lot of resources in my 5-card hand. 2-drop that does stuff, although opponent plays a 1-mana 0/3, so maybe it's not doing anything. And then a 4-drop that does stuff. Slime Molding would be good, but it's just worse than Baloth Gorger on 4. Worse than Aqua Strand Spider on 2. And opponent attacks me. At was wondering if they had a ninja, but they're just doing it for fun. Heat Ray could definitely be good. We may regret not keeping the Heat Ray. especially now that we know Aqua Transpiler doesn't do much. Alright, that's fine. Ooh, Domri's Ambush. We can Domri's Ambush, killing Shorekeeper, but I would really rather not get 2 for 1, but like a disfigure that they were not playing because my guy can't attack through Shorekeeper anyways. So I'm just gonna chill. We can be patient. Opponent plays Fires of Undeath and it dies. Okay. Sure. You did it. My turn. 4/4. Interesting they chose to do that rather than, you know, playing your instant in the main phase. Sometimes you do it if you think the other guy has, you know, a trick, which I don't. But you can think that. But when I've got all my mana open, what's the point? Why don't they just wait till my turn, play it on my end step? Or play it in response to me playing Domri's Ambush. They might have gotten me. There was a chance. Unclear why they didn't go for it. Opponent's got Goblin Gavalier. 1 mana 1/1 trample gets +2/+0 for an equipment. And there's an equipment. So they're gonna equip that, and then it's gonna be gigantic. I think we're gonna have to kill that. So we're gonna play the ambush here. Do we want? They're gonna be able to equip the armaments onto this guy, and this guy's gonna be a 2/5. So yeah, we want to ambush like this, and yeah, we don't want them to have a 5-power flyer. That would be potentially a way to lose the game. Don't want that happening. And yes, we could wait for them to spend the 4 mana equipping it, but that means we might miss the chance to play our 6-drop on turn 6. And when an opponent could just play a 5-drop of their own, just doesn't seem right to me. Need to not forget about this Fires of Undeath that's in the graveyard. Flashback for 6. But alright, well, I guess we'll never find out what the opponent's deck was supposed to do. Okay, next round. Well, that opponent did not put up very much of a fight, but maybe the next one will be a little better. What have we got here? This hand looks fine. Let's do this. We got a 2 and a 3. And a Gigantiform. So we got the early game. And we got the Giant Trampler for whenever we draw our lands. We even have a removal spell. Don't know what more we could ask for. Opponent's on Swamp. What have we got here? I don't know. Let's find out. Got a choice here. We can choose if we're going to graft or not. And yeah, I think I want to graft onto this assembly worker. Yes, the opponent's playing black, so they probably have hard removal. So maybe you don't want to put all the eggs in one basket, but I like kind of maximizing my largest creature. Well, that didn't work out for me, because no, I'm not giving it a counter, because they wouldn't have been able to kill it if I didn't move the counter. But how was I supposed to know they were going to play that? Ferocious Charge. I think I'm just going to cast Ferocious Charge, as silly as that seems, because I want the Scry. And sure, 4 face damage. Sounds fair. Do not want Drooling Ogre. I definitely want a mountain. Take 7. Bam. If opponent's plan is to, block, Dharma's ambush may make that a little worse. Opponent's plan is to play a 3-4. 3-4s are scary. Like that potentially is getting a lot larger. We could ambush it. Could just ambush it. Is that better or worse than playing Torrent? Yeah, that's probably better than playing Torrent. Because I get the guarantee that I'm not ambushing into a removal spell, mitigating a lot of the potential downside, and keeping the card in my hand, even though I'm keeping the more expensive one. I'm keeping the instant. The instantness, hopefully, will be worth something. A 2/2 transforms to a 3/3 intimidate. Okay. That's scary. They're leaving up all that mana. So I could attack, let them double block, and then torrent the Scorpion. Could turn out poorly for me. But they also might not have anything else. I mean, they're passing with 3 cards in hand suggests that maybe they do. But the worst case scenario is that well, I guess the worst case scenario is they have Titanic Growth, counters my Torrent, and they get a 2-for-1. Yeah, that's a bit risky, but I kind of have the things I need in my hand to recover from that, given that I'm at 18. So if it works out for them, and they have like 4 or 5 power on the board, I get to just drop my 0-3, and then if I ever Gigantiform on it, it's like surprise lethal. Alright, well, opponent just rolled over and died. So, not sideboarding here. I forgot about the Ignite Disorder last game. Maybe I should have sided that in. I'm keeping this. Seems okay. Definitely has the potential to go badly. But our deck, as we saw in the previous game, definitely has the potential to kind of do nothing. Because we have a bunch of like 5s and 6s that we can't cast. So I'd like to be able to cast them. And then that Diviner will make the possibility of a bunch of lands being on top of my deck just a little bit less bad. Although there definitely seems to be a bunch of lands on top of my deck, because we just do 3 in a row. I'm not going to heat ray that right away. Doesn't seem like a priority, but I may heat ray it eventually. I'm just not doing it now because it doesn't seem like it'll matter. That seems like a better target for heat ray. I think I'm just going to heat ray that right now because I might draw something I want to cast. That guy as a 3/3 intimidate sounds like something I potentially want to be dead. Yeah, I'm going to Memoir here. So how this is going to work, Memoir returns heat ray, upkeep. The rebound goes in the stack, cast heat ray, and then it's in my graveyard again. And, given that we're drawing a bunch of lands, I got to get my card advantage where I can get it. Take it where I can get it. So whatever opponent plays here, if it's got 3 or fewer toughness, could get heat raid. They should be very aware of that. I'm going to take 1. Ouch. What else do you have? Place hard. Oh, shoot. That's actually good. They're just going to sack the Chosen because they know I'm going to heat ray it. And then make 4 or 5. Okay. I'm gonna cast a real memoir and not return anything. Could slime molding for 4. Slime molding for 4 doesn't seem great, so I'm not gonna do that. Would much rather slime molding for 5 next turn, or heat ray for 5. Kill that harvester troll. Opponent's done a good job of playing things that do not get stonewalled by my O3. A little bit annoying. What else do you have? Well, that dude. I could kill it, but I think I established what I want to be doing. And then I draw my 6/6. Okay, change of plan. I'm just playing my 6/6. 6/6 is just a little bit too good. If they attack, how do I block? We haven't seen any tricks out of them. They're basically both 4/5s, assuming the opponent has the trick. How else would I do this? Like, I'm only at 14. Yeah, I think I'm going to block aggressively. The embalm on the Hydra really makes me want to block aggressively. What have we got? Opponent plays a 4/4 with trample. Okay. Sure. Ooh, relentless pursuit. Okay. So, option 1, slime molding for 6. Have another good blocker. Option 2, just hold up heat ray. I think I'm gonna play the spawning bed because opponent's playing black. They might make me discard. I think slime molding seems like the thing to do here. I want to make sure I have good ways to interact with potential stuff my opponent could have. And I'd like to wait on hopefully finding a way to deal with the triple block. Again, if opponent attacks here, I kind of have to block because I don't want to die. Like, yeah, I could get punished if the opponent has Titanic Growth, but if they attack with everything, I don't block anything, I just die to Titanic Growth. Just take lethal. What is this? Crypt creature gets +1/+1. When a crypt creature transforms, transform that. So, I mean, they have something that transforms, but it's in the graveyard. So we don't have to worry about that one. Ooh, Cobbleroot. Okay, that sounds like something I actually want to do. I just play Cobbleroot, and the Cobbleroot can attack through this board. So I'll play Pursuit first. See if we hit anything good. Okay, get a land and a 7/7. I like 7/7s. And play that to bluff. Yeah, we have to discard a good card if we get mind rotted. But we're going to want the 8th land on the battlefield anyways. Opponent seeing the Cobbleroot might be inclined to move the heirloom over to the troll. But we have heat ray, and they know we have heat ray. So maybe they won't even bother. Oh, each creature with power 4 or greater can't be blocked by more than one creature. That is actually really good. I'm going to do that next turn. I'm going to play my 7/7 first. Play the mana intensive guy first. That seems sensible. Opponent says, surprise, Blitz Leech. Okay. You got me. I was surprised. I think I'm going to play a land. Totally get wrecked by mine right here. But if we draw a land, I'm going to want to have that land. I'm going to want to have it available. the land will let me heat ray for 4, which may be relevant given that they have a 4/4. In any case, we now have 3 creatures, none of which can be effectively blocked by exactly 1 creature. So assuming they don't have something very powerful, Challenger Troll forces chumps. Okay, opponent has Harvest Gwillian with Wither, which picks up the heirloom. That is a good target for Heat Ray. Ooh, Gigantiform. Okay. No, this is just too good. Just Challenger Troll. Just do it now. Yes, my opponent can put the Gwillian on one of these guys and make it small, but this is just so good. I should probably Heat Ray the Leech. I probably shouldn't have passed there because they're going to chump with the Leech, knowing that I have Heat Ray in my hand. I should have thought about that. Okay, they didn't do that. They did not chump with the Leech. Okay, I'm good with that. I like how the counter just disappeared from the Gorger. Very clean. Opponent knows I have Heat Ray. I don't know I'm about to turn my 0/3 into an 8/8 Trampler. And lots of blocking required. What have you got? It could stick the heirloom on one of the 4-power creatures. That way it can block the Challenger Troll effectively. But that probably just not enough. They're tanking, so whatever they got in their hand probably does something. Nope, just conceded. Alright, yeah, that opponent also didn't put up too much of a fight. They put up more of a fight than the Reef Shaman Paradise Mantle guy, but they kind of just played their good cards. And those cards were good. But our cards were better. They had a lot of opportunities to do powerful things. They just kind of didn't. They didn't really pressure us. It didn't end the game. Didn't get card advantage. Didn't really do anything scary. Final boss time. Going for trophy number 7. Let's see if we get there. Okay, well, we're definitely keeping this. Got our 2 mana 3/3 into Dahmer's Ambush into 8 mana 5/4. This could go really badly if opponent has an artifact and we do not draw one. But the chance of that happening has got to be low, right? Okay, you're milling us for 2, you're scrying 2. Milling us is a really bad idea when we've got that Embalm Hadra in our deck. But they don't know that. I'm hoping that's what happens in like game 2. They just play the Apprentice and then surprise. Look what we've got. We've got a turn 4 6/6 Trampler. I'm going to have to decide how afraid I should be of my opponent stealing my Ogre. But I'm not that afraid because I have a removal spell for it. So I'll just play it. Opponent's got an unblockable 1/1, and they got their 1/2. What else? What do you got? Show me. Sure, I take 1. Okay. I'm going to attack here. If opponent has a trick, I'm also just fine with that. I'm totally okay if opponent wants to trade a trick for my 2-drop. It is just a 2-drop. We'll leave up green. They really just chumped my 2-drop? Maybe they got a good reason. Nevermaker. Ooh, that's a good card. Yeah, don't give my opponent creatures or counters. Don't do that. Okay, so that puts things on top of my library. I would definitely like. Oh, look at that! I drew the. No. Hold on. That doesn't say when it is put into a graveyard. It says when it leaves the battlefield. Carbonize stops it from going into the graveyard. Doesn't stop it from leaving the battlefield. Like, I really want the Nevermaker to top my ogre here. Like, I don't want it to top my flame core. Show me. What have you got? Oh. Opponent's being very friendly. Sure. Alright, there's my 5/4. Please don't steal my ogre. Another opponent who's kind of like, did they mulligan or? Yeah, they mulligan to 6, but they mulligan to 6 and then they chumped, and then that's not really a chump. They traded for a card with the Nevermaker, but they also just played a 1/1 and a 2/2. Whereas our things were just way above curve. Drew the spider, which obviously we knew that was going to happen. Opponent just keeps jumping. Like if we had a real clock going on, then this would be kind of scary, and it would be very frustrating that they're jumping. But we're still at 16, so I'm waiting for my opponent to play their broken thing. Like there, when you see somebody playing unusually, you gotta start planning for the future, for whatever's about to go wrong, because they know something I don't know. Okay, opponent, rate of undoing, bounce their 1-drop and my 8-drop. Okay, yeah, that was good. That was a good thing. I'm okay with any kind of trade that happens. Gonna keep pushing with that. Here's the flame core. Here's the spider again. Got 10 damage on the board. Your go. We might have to see another chump here. Don't quite have lethal if we draw a mountain, but we're very close. Very, very close to lethal. This is 10, 13. Yeah. Okay. Opponent jumps. Sure. Opponent's gonna run out of stuff. The Ray of Undoing cost me a lot of mana, but it didn't get them any cards. And they're not attacking me, so it didn't get them any tempo either. We could just carbonize that right now. I don't think I want to carbonize it. I mean, the carbonize stops that from drawing a card. Yeah, okay, let's carbonize it. I don't think they have a removal spell because they would have just used it. I don't think they had that last turn because they would have played that last turn. Got anything? Maybe got a fog? But nothing I'm really scared of because they're not doing anything. Okay. Well, we won that game. What is opponent playing? They're playing a bunch of small blue things. You know what's good against small blue things? This card. We're playing this card. This guy's gonna come in. Call Brute goes out. I don't like Call Brute. You suck. Let's run that. Alright, come on, opponent. You gotta put up a fight here. You gotta put up a fight for the crowd. What have we got? Let's see here. Oh man, this hand is really good. We don't have Drooling Ogre, which, as you saw in the last game, can be really broken. Just a 2-minute, just a Watch Wolf in red. No big deal. Opponent mulligans, we're keeping this. This isn't broken or anything, but we got a big thing. We got a 3-drop. And we have cheap interaction. That's really everything this deck can hope for. So, show us, opponent, what have you got? I will happily Ignite Disorder your blue 3-drop, which I'm hoping is what happens here. Well, maybe not so happy if it's a cultist. Said happily. No, I changed my mind. I'm gonna not do it because I'd rather use the Ignite Disorder as a trick, if I can, because I'm gonna play a Trampler. So maybe my opponent will think they're being clever and setting up a double block, and then get wrecked by one of the instants in my hand. I can take my pick. Alternatively, maybe they will just chump. Take 3. Alright, opponent takes 3. They could have like counter magic. That could be a possibility. Opponent plays Keswick Wolf Run. What the? Opponent plays Necromantic Thirst. That actually does nothing. When it deals combat damage to player, they may return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Why would they play that? They don't have anything else to do? Really? Alright, I'm gonna be greedy and just not respect it at all. I mean, that's powerful. It says when they deal damage to me, they draw a card. But that doesn't have evasion. It's just a 2/2. I mean, maybe you draw your green source and then wolf run it. But I'm just gonna play my dude. I've got 9 power on the board. It's fairly close to dying. That's representing counter magic if I ever saw it. I'm not even sure I want to play Honored Hydra. I'm just gonna attack, I think. I got 2 instants. Don't want to tap out. I'm not gonna play the Hydra. Show me. Opponent's been making a lot of weird plays. I know they have weird cards. What did they do it for? Nothing. We'll never know. Wow, we played against 3 mystery opponents and 6-0. Well, there's the trophy. Thanks for watching, and be back soon.